Welcome back to the Friday Football Fever, the most in-depth high school football show this side of the Santa Cruz River. I'm Paul Cicala.
And I'm David Kelly. And Paul, let's take this opportunity to remind everyone we've got all the scores from all of tonight's big matchups right below on our ticker. We can tell you the Thunderbird beat Marcos Denisa tonight, so CDO is going to be home in the quarterfinals next Friday night.
Good stuff. All right, well, now it's also time for the play of the night.
Yeah, let's head back out to South Point Catholic for the game of the night. Elijah Rushing is tall. He used his length on this play, got his hands on the ball, and Damian Coley was the beneficiary, a 45-yard pick six. The Lancers win in double overtime. They are going to be on the road next week playing up at Highland.
I knew that would be the play of the night, my man. All right, flipping the script to hoops tonight, the 18th ranked U of A women's basketball team. They were up against Loyola Marymount at McHale Center.
Yeah, the Wildcats were hoping to move to 3-0 this season, the first of two games this weekend, as they'll also host Long Beach State on Saturday.
But back tonight, it was also Native American Heritage Night. Let's go ahead and look at some of that video with a special halftime show and continued recognition of Native Americans here and the Tohono O'odham Nation here in Arizona. But anyways, let's get to the highlights, and there was a special dance at halftime, as you just saw, as the Wildcats led by 20 heading into the third quarter. That's when Kate Reese continues to heat up straight caliente. Not much later, look at the ball movement as transfer Esmeri Martinez is all alone. Simon, yep, the three-pointer puts her in double figures. Martinez had another double-double with 14 points and 11 rebounds. The Wildcats, they cruise to the 87-51 victory on a special night, also celebrating Southern Arizona's history and culture. Next up for the unbeaten Wildcats, a 2 p.m. showdown at McHale Center on Sunday against Long Beach State.
And we are just over 13 hours away from your Arizona Wildcats, hoping the momentum of their win over 9th-ranked UCLA at the Rose Bowl can continue against Washington State. At stake, potentially, a bowl game berth for Arizona if the Wildcats can win their last two games against the Cougars tomorrow and ASU in 1 week. They will become bowl eligible. Last season's game against Washington State on a cold, foggy evening, the Cougars blew out Arizona 44-18. Now, Arizona's current sophomore signal caller, Jaden Delore, actually played for Washington State and threw 4 touchdowns in that game. After the win over UCLA last week, Jaden said Saturday's showdown against his former teammates and Washington State was personal. But since that statement, he's provided no bulletin board material for the Cougars. Here's Coach Jed Fish talking about Delore's performance against the Wildcats last season.
I thought he was special throughout the whole game. That was not a great environment at that moment with the weather that night. It was it was cold, it was blustery, it was foggy, there was some snow coming down, and he was on fire, really. And you could just sense what I loved most about watching him play was the confidence that he played with in that game. And the confidence he plays in now. But at the time, I didn't know he was going to be our quarterback.
Neither do we, but he's here. He is going to now play against his old team tomorrow. Should be good. All right, it's that time of the night, my friends. It's the part we look forward to the least, the last Friday Football Fever of 2022 coming to an end. But no worries, if you missed anything, you can see it over and over and over again on KVOA.com.
Yeah, Paul, and don't forget, former U of A standout Glenn Howe and I are going to have our Wildcat breakdown on KVOA.com. That'll be early on Monday morning. We'll also talk about the game on the 10 o'clock show on Sunday night as well.
Also, I'm going to be live tomorrow from the U of A on Saturday in our 5:30 p.m. newscast with reaction from the Wildcats after the big matchup against Washington State. Well, of course, DK, he'll be calling all the highlights and then some and giving his takeaways for the game.
Also, we'll have updates on the 3A semifinal games Saturday night featuring Push Ridge Christian, and they'll be playing up at Eastmark, while over in 2A, the Final Four, Wilcox back in it again. They're going to duke it out with top seed Pima with trips to the state championship game on the line in both of those conferences.
So theoretically, we still have 5 teams still alive from Southern Arizona in the playoffs. All right, for David Kelly, I'm Paul Cicala. Thanks again for tuning in all year long to the Friday Football Fever. Have a good weekend, my friends.